Hi, everyone. I am wondering if you can hear me. So if you can hear me, is there a possibility of adding a comment in the chat function just to say yes, that you can? And then I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen to go into our presentation. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hi, everyone. My name is Abby Joyce, and I'm so excited to have you here today to tell you about John Carroll. As you may or may not know, JCU is a Jesuit liberal arts college located in the suburb of University Heights, just 20 minutes from downtown Cleveland, right up in the middle of Ohio. JCU is a mid-sized institution with approximately 300 undergraduate students. Every university will tell you that you won't just be a number, but they'll know your name. At John Carroll, we want to know more than that. We want to know you. We want to know what you're passionate about, what your interests are, and what makes you you. At JCU, we have a unique approach to the enrollment process. Your EM acts as your main point of contact. EM stands for Enrollment Manager. This point of contact from the application to the admission, from scholarship to financial aid. EMs are cross-trained to assist you through every step of this journey. You know who to call if you have any questions, and you don't have to worry about being shuffled around. Your EM will likely be the one visiting your area high school and is the first person to review your application for admission. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out to your enrollment manager with any questions you may have. Our job isn't to sell JCU, but rather to help you figure out if JCU is the best fit for you. Each enrollment manager is assigned by a region, so you will know by your state who you'll be in contact with. So as you continue to get information from John Carroll, you'll know specifically who you'll be speaking with. Go ahead and check really quickly, make sure everything else is working correctly. Sorry, it's the first time we're using this platform, so let me go back here. All right. The personal approach doesn't end once you've enrolled. It's a foundation of a John Carroll education, which is built on Jesuit principles. If you're not familiar with the Jesuits, they are an order of Catholic priests who focus on academic excellence and a commitment to service and social justice. JCU is one of the 27 Jesuit universities in the United States, all of which have amazing reputations. We are proud to be part of such a distinguished network of institutions like Marquette, Xavier, Fordham, Georgetown, and the 4 Loyolas, just to name a few. At JCU, we focus on cura personalis, developing the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. This is reflected in our vision, which focuses on graduating individuals of intellect and character who lead and serve the world around us and around the globe. This statement reiterates our 4 university learning goals: intellect, character, leadership, and service. These 4 goals inform and inspire everything we do in and out of the classroom. Our hope with this approach to education is to help you develop the skills and knowledge to be successful, not just for your first job, but for your lifelong career. With that, we teach you what a handshake means. And this is just a really awesome photo that represents that. This is a recent John Carroll alum who chose to continue their major in sports studies in the professional realm of the NFL, so the National Football League. And now he has had the opportunity to work with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl championship season. So what an awesome opportunity. So what a handshake means: it's relationships, progress, a beginning, an outcome. This statement is related to your connections with faculty, JCU alumni, and all opportunities outside the classroom as well. Inside the classroom, John Carroll has over 300 undergraduate students, which presents quite a few advantages from day one. We're focused on undergraduate education. So while our faculty do amazing research, they choose JCU because teaching is their top priority. With a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, our faculty pay attention to our students. They'll get to know you, the real you, and how your strengths translate to the right major and the right courses. They're able to support you in and out of the classroom to help you reach your potential and meet your goals. Great. Pop out of there for a second. Great. Sophie joined at the perfect time. Sophie is a current student who is able to share more on her personal experience with academics. So at JCU, we understand that that one-size-fits-all approach to learning just doesn't work. The way of thinking is informed in the development of our core curriculum, which allows you to explore a variety of disciplines and subjects outside your major. This approach to education will help you develop analytical skills and the ability to ask deeper level questions. And then, of course, really confirm what you're most passionate about with the confirmation of your major, and all while having the opportunity to graduate in time and on time in 4 years. So unsure of what you'd like to study or major in, that's okay. At JCU, we have over 70 academic programs to choose from our College of Arts and Sciences and the Boulder College of Business. Wonderful opportunities from accountancy, biology, chemistry, all opportunities in pre-health professions, communications, political science, and history, just to name a few. And then Sophie is going to be able to provide more opportunity in her experience specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I got this working. Like Abby said before, this was our first time using this platform. So I'm sorry I jumped in a little bit late, but I think everything's working now. And my name is Sophie, and I am a senior at John Carroll. I'm majoring in exercise science on a pre-health, pre-med track and minoring in peace, justice, and human rights. And I've had wonderful experiences in those majors, being able to engage in the classroom with hands-on learning in the liberal arts curriculum, and also outside of the classroom doing internships that allow me to dive into my passions for healthcare and social justice. And so I really loved having the small class sizes that John Carroll provides. And I really benefited from the liberal arts education, getting to explore a variety of different majors and areas of study before declaring my major at the end of my sophomore year. So that's just a little bit about what I've loved about the academic experience at John Carroll.
Great, thank you. So an additional aspect to your experience at John Carroll is truly the opportunities outside the classroom as well. At John Carroll, we place a focus on the impactful experiences that wait you with extracurricular opportunities. Our smaller, more intimate size will allow you to get involved from your first week on campus. You'll have the opportunity right away to take on a visible and impactful roles in various clubs and organizations. To make things easy, we usually host a wonderful student involvement fair at the start of the school year, and allows you to learn various different clubs and activities and how to get involved very easily in a very comfortable setting. There's a wide variety of ways you can get involved on campus. Being a Jesuit school, we have a very strong campus ministry, as well as several small faith communities. It's important that our students of all faiths feel comfortable and supported on campus. You'll also find fraternities and sororities, cultural organizations, political organizations, and a variety of other student groups that allows our students to fully live out their college experience. We have our own radio station, WJCU, an award-winning newspaper, the Carroll News, and even our own paranormal research group, which is affectionately known as the Boostrinks. as we are the mascots of Blue Streaks. So Sophie, would you like to highlight some of your personal experiences?
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout my time at John Carroll, I have been very involved with campus ministry, the Arupe Scholars Program, and the Center for Service and Social Action. Through campus ministry, I've had the privilege to be part of the immersion program, where I've traveled to Ecuador and the U.S.-Mexico border to learn about our Jesuit value of living a faith that does justice. I've also been involved with a variety of retreats here at John Carroll, both as a participant and a leader. And that's been a really wonderful experience. Some of my favorite John Carroll memories come from my retreats and immersion experiences. The Arupe Scholars Program is a mission-based scholarship program at John Carroll focused on service and social action. And so through that, I've been able to be a leader in service and social justice initiatives, both here on campus and off campus in the Cleveland area. And kind of going along with that, an organization that the Arupe Scholars Program works closely with is the Center for Service and Social Action, that provides opportunities for students to do weekly service, where you can go back to the same service site each week of the semester, or engage in one-time service opportunities where you may just participate in a service project once. So through that, I have had the opportunity to immerse myself into different communities in the Cleveland area and give back to the Cleveland community, enhancing my education and passion for social action.
Great. Thank you so much. So if competition is your thing, you can definitely do that at JC in many different ways. JCU is NCAA Division III school with 23 varsity sports for men and women. In 2019, our athletics programs finished in the top 15% of all Division III athletics, and our men and women teams captured 10 different conference championships. So if you like to compete, but maybe with a little less commitment, we invite you to get involved in club sports and intramurals, from soccer leagues, men and women volleyball teams, to crew that regularly visits the Cuyahoga River, which is just a few minutes down away from campus. So I think it's really timely to have this slide up, Cleveland. So Cleveland is currently on, I would say, right there, probably in your living room right now, if you're looking forward to watching the debates tonight. So that's a really cool plug for how awesome our city is and the opportunities that our students might be able to witness firsthand. So tonight alone, we have a MLB playoff game, the Cleveland Indians versus the New York Yankees. And literally just 5 minutes down the road from there then is the presidential debates. So a very vibrant community for our students to explore and enjoy. So part of what makes the JCU experience so special is our location, because our campus just sits minutes away from this thriving metropolitan city. Because of the convenient location, students have the advantage and flexibility to fit in an internship at any time and aren't limited to only interning in the summer months, including opportunities at the Big Four accounting firms like E&Y and PwC, with the professional sports teams like the Cleveland Indians, and many other Fortune 500 companies. Students are also able to take part in research opportunities with local hospitals like the Cleveland Clinic, which is a nationally ranked hospital in our country, and actually very much well known throughout the world as well. Currently, we have students in the Cleveland Clinic doing biomedical research and autism research, just for some examples. In addition to these amazing opportunities, Cleveland is home to some incredible culture, which our students are able to regularly experience and enjoy. From Playhouse Square to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to the Museum of Modern Art. Cleveland has wonderful communities to explore and enjoy, from Little Italy to Tremont to Ohio City, the West Side Market. I didn't put Sophie on the spot here, but is there something that you truly, your favorite spot about Cleveland?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I love Little Italy. That's always a fun place to go for a nice dinner or just exploring the culture there. So I love Little Italy. I also love the beaches in the area, like Edgewater Beach and Euclid Beach State Park. Those are always fun places to go in the summer. And just to highlight and talk a little bit more about the internship opportunities that Abby mentioned, as a pre-health, pre-med student, I've had opportunities to intern with the Cleveland Clinic, and that is just another testament to the opportunities that Cleveland provides students. I have friends who are doing practicum experiences at university hospitals. I have friends that are working at the accounting firms and in other areas of business in Cleveland. So there really is opportunities for everyone in Cleveland.
Great, thank you. Some photos here. The one I want to highlight is the chandelier. So you might be wondering, where is that? So that is actually right outside Playhouse Square. I believe it's the world's largest outdoor chandelier. Maybe not the world's, but at least in the country. So it's a beautiful spot, which is right outside of Playhouse Square, which is the second largest theater district outside of New York City. And our students are provided many opportunities to head down to Playhouse Square for oftentimes very discounted tickets, if not free tickets, to see awesome shows that come through that theater district each year. Did you have a show that you got to see, Sophie, at any time?
Yeah, I've actually seen like 3 or 4 musicals at Playhouse Square throughout my time at John Carroll, and my favorite was Wicked.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Great. So Cleveland is an awesome place. Sometimes it might not get the greatest reputation, but I think if you're able to make it here, make it to campus to visit and explore Cleveland, you'll find that it's a great place. And actually just a wonderful place to spend your 4 years in college and maybe a few years after as well. Because of the accessibility and the affordability of our city, it provides our young alumni a great place to start their professional careers. All right. So what do students love about John Carroll? So these are just a few things that students have highlighted on what they love. Of course, there are many, many more. Carroll Crazies represent our student fan base out there for our football games, for the basketball games, and the many other athletic events on campus. That really represents the community that John Carroll students have for each other. The leadership and service opportunities, which I know Sophie was already able to touch on just a bit. Opportunities within our alumni. The John Carroll alumni are very proud of their experiences at John Carroll, that sometimes John Carroll becomes a little bit of a hidden gem that they are very proud to highlight and support then, including opportunities to mentor our current students and recent graduates. So if you were to reach out to an alumni by email or even a phone call these days, they will be there to respond to you and give you that advice and maybe the guidance that they had when they chose their first job or career. In addition to that, we have a wonderful professional development program. Some are implemented right directly into your academic experiences, but others are by choice through our career services. So as a student, you might not know exactly how to prepare the resume or how to handle a career fair. Our career resources and professional development opportunities are going to guide you early on from day one as a first-year student up to through that senior year, and when it's time for you to go ahead and make that job opportunity realistic. So these are just a little more fun things, but a really cool tradition at John Carroll is the Thanksgiving feast. So as a John Carroll alum myself, way many years ago, the Thanksgiving feast still was around back then. And it was just a really awesome opportunity because John Carroll faculty and staff would be in the dining hall serving our students a wonderful feast of turkey and mashed potatoes and everything you can imagine, typically a week before Thanksgiving, and everyone went home for the holidays. Enjoying the quad on a beautiful day. There's one photo there that a little bit shows campus or a little bit of the quad, but I think many people would be surprised to see how awesome our campus is. We actually have 2 different quads, so our students are really able to enjoy that specifically. Sophie, did you want to highlight anything specific that you love?
Yeah, I think the quad is honestly one of my favorite spots on campus, to either picnic on the quad with friends, to set up my hammock, to play Frisbee, to get some homework done. I find myself spending a lot of time there because it is just such a beautiful space. And you can see people walking by, being such a tight-knit community. You see people walking on campus that you know every day as you're walking to class or your different extracurricular activities. So I love that community atmosphere of being on the quad and being able to see faculty and staff and friends on campus.
That's great. John Carroll is known for their Adirondack chairs, actually, and we have, I would say about 50 of them throughout campus. So you can either bring your own hammock or you can find one of those chairs to relax and enjoy. So this next slide here just represents some of our current our standings that we're very proud of. John Carroll is number 2 among Midwest universities. If you are in a college search, which I'm sure each of you are, you know that there are many Midwest universities out there. So to be number 2 is something to be very proud of. So we're very proud of that. And this is now the 32nd consecutive year that John Carroll has been recognized in the top 10. So I believe this represents that we are a very strong university that has a very strong reputation year after year. And then, of course, the stat is very important for what you're hoping to get out of college. 75% of our students find employment or get accepted to graduate school at the time of graduation. So this is before you even walk across that stage. So you're able to feel confident knowing that there's going to be that next opportunity. And I know that number gets higher and higher then over the next 6 months after graduation. Something here that's not highlighted is that a good handful of our students also choose to continue on with your service after college, maybe with the Jesuit Volunteer Corps or AmeriCorps or the Peace Corps. So really cool aspect to the John Carroll community. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about those next steps. So if you think about John Carroll, know that it is important to know that there are opportunities to make your education affordable and accessible for you and your family. So right away, we have very strong merit scholarship opportunities. So if you're currently a senior ready to apply, know that all students will be considered for merit scholarships. They will range from $14,000 to $27,000. And this will be based on your academic performance at your high school and test scores if you have them. We are test optional for this current year. So know that if you don't have test scores and you don't want to provide them, do not worry about it. We will take your application as complete with just your transcript, and then of course additional parts of the common application. So it's very easy to apply to John Carroll. We are on the Common App, which is a one-stop shop with a very easy and accessible way to apply to many different universities and schools. We are currently accepting applications, and our early action deadline is December 1st. I believe this next slide represents this a little bit more. There we go. So when you apply to John Carroll, know that it is a holistic application review. So like I said, we'll be looking at your GPA, but we are looking at other things about you. How involved were you at your high school? Did you have an after-school job? Were you involved in an athletics program? Those are different factors that help us understand who you are as a student and your ability to balance, your academic and social life. In addition to that, the Common Application has 7 different essay prompts that you can choose from. This essay allows us to learn more about who you are as an individual, what sets you apart from your classmates, and what's different from maybe what's shared on your transcript. When you apply by December 1st, know that you also have opportunities to apply to various scholarship opportunities. We have our mission-based scholarships. Sophie mentioned the Arupe Scholars, which is one program. In addition to that, we have our honors program, the Leadership Scholars Program, and the Social Innovations Fellows Program, which is focused on entrepreneurship. That application is due on December 1st as well. It's very important that you and your family sit down and talk about filing your FAFSA. This allows you to be considered for additional need-based aid, federal aid, state aid, as you qualify. The FAFSA does open on October 1st, which is coming up very quickly. We have plenty of other scholarship opportunities. Here we talk about our Nation Heritage Scholarship, but there are also many different regional scholarship programs as well, and other academic and alumni-based scholarships. So it's really important to have those conversations with your enrollment manager, who will be able to assist you in understanding what scholarships opportunities are available for you, so that we can make John Carroll, your future college home. And we would love to see you enroll by May 1st, and that's going to come up very quickly. We would love to see you part of the JCU community. I hope Sophie and I were able to share the highlights of John Carroll, but if you have any additional questions, I'm going to go ahead and close the screen and let you go ahead and provide some questions in the discussion tab. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. if you do have any questions, go ahead and just add them into that discussion. Thank you.